Best Mate is 2-1 on. Doos is 7-2. Geos is 8-1. Trésor de Mai a 16-1 chance. And Castle Prince, that's drifted out even further, 150-1.
Coup has been quite happy to let them go away, and I'm not sure if Jim Culloty thought he'd be in front at the first fence, but that's where he was. So Best Mate jumps it well. From Geos in second on the outside, then this big French horse Doos on the left as they jump the second, the water. And then Castle Prince on the outside of Doos, and Trésor de Mai is in last place. So Best Mate is forced to make his own running here on this his reappearance run. Skips over the third fence deftly from Geos in second place, 4 lengths to Doos. And then Castle Prince and Trésor de Mai, an open ditch. All 5 jump it well. And Best Mate, who is normally held up in his races, got a fine turn of foot. And as we learned last season, he stays very well as well. Jumps this one boldly again from Geos in second place. And stamina is assured on Best Mate, so they were looking for a strong gallop, the Henrietta Knight team. They thought it would come from the French horse Doos. They're going to have to ensure it's a fair pace themselves here. Geos in second place on the outside, Nick Fitzgerald, and then Doos, who must be over 17 hands, big and long, but looks very fit as well. Guillaume Macaire has turned him out looking very sharp indeed. He's had a recent run over hurdles in France. Trésor de Mai is 4th under Tony McCoy on the outside, and then Castle Prince over the first in the straight. And now heading for the next plain fence. The crowd here at Huntingdon have got a real treat in store in a few moments, because there's an open ditch right in front of the stands, and they're going to see the Cheltenham Gold Cup winner jump it in the lead, probably. He's over there. Doos, an alarming mistake there on the inside. And Jacques Ricou was forced to take one hand off the reins. Here's this open ditch right in front of us here at Huntingdon, and Best Mate from Geos. Best Mate just had to put himself right. Mistake, jolting blunder by Trésor de Mai there. Tony McCoy had to sit tight. Castle Prince is the back marker. 1 or 2 mistakes cropping up now in this Peterborough chase, but not from Best Mate. Another mistake by Doos. Trésor de Mai not fluent either. They've completed a circuit, and it's Best Mate who makes the running from Geos, who's been content to sit second, getting a lovely lead here under Mick Fitzgerald. Doos is third, and then Trésor de Mai about 6 lengths behind as they approach another plain fence. Best Mate, and had to stand off this time. Another slight mistake by the French horse in third. Heading for the next, the water. Best Mate by 1.5 lengths, 2 lengths on landing to Geos. Doos about 2.5 lengths, 3 lengths maybe, a bit more back in third place, and then Trésor de Mai as they approach the next. Best Mate on the inside. Absolutely foot perfect there from Geos. As they continue along the back straight now towards another open ditch, Best Mate comes to it. Met it spot on once again from Geos. Doos in third place. Trésor de Mai well adrift in fourth now, and then Castle Prince. Heading for the last in the back straight, and Best Mate comes towards it and pops over neatly, and it's been impressive, his jumping. He's not met every one of them absolutely on the right stride, but he's been very accurate. Geos now trying to stake a claim on the outside, and Doos, the French horse, despite mistakes, Doos is still in touch as they run round the final turn, then making this longish run, and Geos comes under pressure as Best Mate still continues to gallop on strongly with 2 fences left to jump. It's Best Mate then from Geos in second place, What will Doos find on the inside? He needs to jump better than he has done. Here's the second last, Best Mate. Oh, he didn't get very high there. Doos was on his nose on the inside, but is challenging now. Gios is back in third. The whip is up now for Best Mate. Running for the final fence. Best Mate on the right. Doos on the left. Gios back in third. The final fence. Best Mate, he met this one well. Doos gave it away there. Jumped away to the right. Best Mate, it's only workmanlike, but he's drawing away now on the flat from Doos and Gios, and the gold cap winner is back with a win here and gets a great reception from the Huntingdon crowd. Best Mate wins the Peterborough Chase. Doos in second, Gios is third. They're a long way clear of Tresor de Mai and Castle Prince. Well, pretty satisfactory, I would say. 15-8 on favourite. He's had to make all his own running, has Best Mate here. He gets a quote of 6-4 with William Hill for the King George Chase.
8-15 favourite, Jim Culloty on board. Second, number 4, Doos. An interesting run from that one. That one was second at 7-2, all 5 rounds.